So the border standoff was a trigger. It started a bigger geopolitical battle between India and China. The unprovoked attack on Indian soldiers was a moment of realization. Countering China will take more than just military action. New Delhi must respond to Beijing economically, diplomatically. Even after almost a year, India is maintaining this pressure on China until a full disengagement is achieved on the border. Our next report tells you how.
The clashes in Galwan Valley were a turning point in the India-China relationship. 20 Indian soldiers were killed in action. India responded, not just militarily. India banned more than 200 Chinese apps, cancelled contracts to Chinese companies, and curbed the flow of Chinese cash in the Indian economy. Almost a year after the border standoff began, the restrictions have only become tougher. Chinese imports now face hefty tariffs. This month, import duties were hiked on around 30 products. This measure mostly targets Chinese imports like solar lamps and cells. The levy on their import has been hiked from 5 to 15 and 20%. The import of cell phone charging devices used to be free. They now attract a tariff of 10%. Perhaps what caught China by surprise was the app ban. At the beginning of this year, New Delhi made its ban on 59 Chinese apps permanent. This included apps like TikTok, messaging app WeChat, and Alibaba's UC browser. Beijing sent a message through its state media. The Global Times shot off an editorial calling on Chinese companies to demand a compensation from the Indian government. The editorial asks Chinese tech giants to wage a global battle against India to hurt its global reputation. But it is China that has lost face after the border standoff. World leaders took notice of China's aggressive moves at the border. The United States has been watching the developments from a distance. Washington believes Beijing has been intimidating its neighbors.
We note the ongoing talks between the governments of India and China, and we continue to support direct dialogue and a peaceful resolution of those border disputes. We are concerned by Beijing's pattern of ongoing attempts to intimidate its neighbors. As always, we'll stand with friends, we'll stand with partners, we'll stand with allies to advance our shared prosperity, security, and values in this case, the Indo-Pacific.
From Donald Trump to Joe Biden, America's support for India has remained steady. Other allies extended support to India too. Australia expressed concerns over the movements of the Chinese military. France was the first country to extend military support to India. While Japan has opposed China's unilateral attempt to change the status quo at the LAC. 9 months after the first border skirmishes, India and China are taking steps towards de-escalation in Ladakh. But New Delhi can't lower the guard or ease the restrictions. Any reset in the relationship now is tied to the complete disengagement of Chinese troops at the border. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.